I don't know Romanians that well. I just know the gypsies from Romania, and they're all thieves and, vagabonds. So yeah, I wouldn't want them coming over, because I go to London and I see them in London, and they're just pickpockets. And don't want to generalise, but I think that's the truth.
Eastleigh, like thousands of towns all over the world, is utterly forgettable. Once a hub of the rail industry, now just another stop you pass on the high-speed train to the big cities. With a 95% white British population, Eastleigh is perfectly ordinary and content with sitting on the sidelines of Britain's landscape. But for 1 month, this nowhere town became the battleground for politics' number one issue: immigration. Every party brought out the big names to fight for the seat in the Eastleigh by-election, but one party made a bigger impact than anyone could have expected: UKIP.
We have nothing against the people from Romania or Bulgaria. We wish them well and want them to do well. But we cannot accept that it's right that this country should have a total open door to unlimited numbers of people from those countries to come here, not just to work, but to claim benefit as well.
Whilst campaigning the streets, UKIP's hard stance on immigration increased their popularity, and although they didn't win, they left their mark on Eastleigh.
Quite frankly, enough is enough. We've got to get a handle on managing what is already here, rather than just keep on adding to the problem by allowing more and more to come in.
I think we've got enough of them now. I've voted UKIP, to be honest with you, because I think he's got a good idea. I've got nothing against him coming over, but to me, enough's enough.
They shouldn't be allowed in this country. I think we should stay in Europe, right? But I just don't think they should be allowed in this country at all.
We live in a cosmopolitan world, don't we? Where you've got people from multi-nations. If you go into London, you don't see any people from London. It's full of people from the diverse sectors of the world, and I think that's the way of the world, to be honest with you.
It was let spiral out of control, and it's very difficult to draw it back now, unfortunately. And with all the new people coming in January, I think they've got to put some more controls in place, because it's affecting the youngsters mainly in this country who just can't get jobs.
They've got to put some kind of limit on it. Maybe if they put an actual limit on the numbers, then it wouldn't be so bad. But as soon as they let everyone in, that's it. Everyone thinks they can come in.
But how can a majority white town with few signs of foreign culture have such a passionate view against immigration? How could UKIP have been so popular?
You have got a really core white British population concerned about a relatively small immigrant number in their area, but will feel that the whole of the country is about to change dramatically. So it doesn't necessarily need to be directly in their area, but they'll read about things in other places. So if it's Eastleigh, it'll be what's happening in Southampton. Is that going to somehow affect us as well? Are those populations going to move further out to Southampton? So there's an element of exaggeration there, and that certainly will play up. They'll play upon those fears to an extent, but I think those fears are already there. You can't make people feel something they don't already feel. You can certainly manipulate it. The art of politics is usually to reinforce what people already think. So I think those are the sort of dynamics which people think about. That sort of fear that the hordes are at the gates, and any moment now, the gates are going to be smashed down, and the hordes start moving into the castle, so to speak. Clearly, though, I think there's an element of exaggeration. But UKIP would certainly say we're not exaggerating this, because it's going to happen.